purpose of this lawsuit is to hold Becky Hill accountable for what she did. She has not been held account at all for her conduct.
Well, that was Alex Murdaugh's attorney, Jim Griffin, explaining why his client is suing former county clerk Becky Hill over alleged jury tampering. This case has had many twists and turns, including last week's double murder conviction being overturned. Ann Emerson with Criminally Obsessed is with us this morning to explain the latest with Alex Murdaugh. Good morning, Ann. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Lincoln. I'm actually on my way to an interview right now on the Murdaugh case, so it is in full swing.
Okay, so now there's a lawsuit against Becky Hill. I know you and I have talked about her.
Right.
Talk about this latest sort of development and twist here.
Yeah, it looks like the defense lawyers for Alex Murdaugh want to see some accountability here because, yes, the Supreme Court justices have overturned his double murder convictions, yet she has not been held personally responsible for what they say she allegedly did with this jury interference. So what they're doing is they've brought up a civil rights lawsuit against Becky Hill. They're asking for $600,000 in punitive and compensatory damages because that's how much it costs, they say, because of the damage that was done because of the alleged jury tampering. They want to see her. What I hear from the lawyers is that they want to hear that this is being investigated. This is a question we're asking the prosecution team too, and hopefully I'll get some answers today as well, is what are the chances that they can go back now and charge her with something if they find enough proof of attempted jury tampering, basically. And that could hold some time.
Okay, so let's just say for the sake of argument they were able to get this money. Where would that money go? It doesn't go to Murdaugh, right?
It doesn't. He cannot benefit from something like this, and it would go to the victims. From what we understand, it would not go to him. So that's what they've said so far. We're asking for a little bit more clarity about what that means exactly, because who are the victims and how are they victims and that sort of thing. But are they talking about the financial crimes? Are they talking about the family? But we have been told categorically that no, Alex Murdaugh would not be making any money off of this.
Okay, and we talked about this last week. I do want to recap really quickly for anyone who may not know. This conviction overturned now. So where does this case go from here?
Yeah, so they've got a lot of work in front of them right now on prosecution and defense. What we're seeing is, right now, what has to happen next is they've got to appoint a new judge. You may remember, Judge Clifton Newman handled the first trial, but he has since retired. So chances of him coming out of retirement to do this are not great. And I think everybody thinks that a fresh set of eyes is a good idea for a trial like this. It's going to be lengthy again. That's just the way this is going to go. There's no way they're going to be able to wrap this up quickly. So we could look at anywhere, I'm hearing from legal analysts, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks for a new trial. They've got to decide once they get the judge, where is it going to be? Because right now defense doesn't want it back in Colleton County and prosecution does. The defense wants to, I wouldn't say slow walk this. They wouldn't agree with that, but they want to look at a lot of the details as far as possible new evidence that they've mentioned, looking at who's going to be able to discuss this and what they're going to be looking at. They want to be able to subpoena a lot of documents that have come out since that first trial. So they say this is going to take until 2027. The prosecution says, no, we want this speedy. And the AG is actually leaving office. He's running for governor right now, the top cop for South Carolina. He wants this done before he leaves office even, if he could. So it's funny, Lincoln, because this is literally a switch, a complete opposite 180 on both teams of what they wanted for the original trial.
Okay, so where is Becky Hill these days? What's going on with her?
She is hiding. I mean, not she isn't hiding. I'm kidding. She's not hiding. She's I think was thinking she was getting back to her life. Now, she pleaded guilty to a slew of charges, including misconduct in office, obstruction of justice, perjury, because she had, she pleaded guilty to all of these charges that involved what was going on. But when they did these charges, back in the winter, they said that they didn't find any evidence of jury tampering. That's why she has not been charged with jury tampering. What could happen, Lincoln, is that, yes, they can still, now that the Supreme Court justices have argued that this needs to be overturned because of alleged jury interference. Yeah, I mean, I think she should be quite worried that there could be criminal charges coming down the line, but we have not heard of any yet.
Okay, I want to change topics real quick before you go. Talk to me about CrimeCon in Las Vegas. What is this, and how are you part of it this year?
Well, Lincoln, I expect you to be there. CrimeCon in Vegas is amazing. CrimeCon is the largest true crime gathering that you can even imagine. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be hosting 2 live panels, one of which was already booked before this whole Murdaugh sequel started, and I am going to be doing a live panel with Blanca, who is the Murdaugh housekeeper and Maggie's confidant, which we've talked about. Mm-hmm. She's going to be there to be at this panel with me. I'm also speaking to, in another panel, Michelle Newton, a woman who had been missing for 42 years. But this is an incredible opportunity. If any of your viewers still want to go to Vegas, next weekend, it's the end of May, there's Criminally Obsessed is offering a 10% off all the tickets at CrimeCon. So you can go to their website and just put Criminally Obsessed in one word, and you can come and see us, and I would love to see you there. All
right, excellent. And Vegas is, hey, it's close to Salt Lake. We make the drive there all the time. So
nice. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you there, Lincoln.
All right, thank you, Ann. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Ann is the investigative reporter for Criminally Obsessed, our new true crime team. If you're one of those people who listens to true crime all the time, you're going to want to check out her daily show on YouTube. She has some of the most fascinating deep dives on the stories that everybody's talking about. Click on the QR code right there on the screen. You will find Ann's interviews. You can also listen to the Criminally Obsessed podcast on Apple and Spotify.